You're 14 years old. Every block in your neighborhood belongs to someone else. The older guys walk through like kings. People move out of their way. At school, you're invisible. At home, your mom works 2 jobs. But out here, power finally looks real. You don't ask to join. That would be disrespect. Instead, running errand corner for how? Your job is simple. If police show up, just a cop emoji. 6 months pass. They finally call you over. You want in? You nod. But joining isn't a handshake. It's 13 seconds of pain. 13 men surround you. You can't run. You can't fight back. You just survive the beating. Now you're 16. You get real work. Packages move through the neighborhood. You're the middleman. Quiet pickups, quiet deliveries, $200 every week. More money than you've ever seen. But one mistake and the police take everything. You're 19 now. 5 years in the life. You've done jail time. You kept quiet. Now younger soldiers belong to your crew. You control the corners, the dealers, the money. Respect finally follows your name. At 24, you're running the crew. 30 soldiers follow your orders. Every deal flows through you. Every problem lands on your table. You settle disputes. You enforce discipline. Your word decides who stays and who disappears. Now you're 30. You no longer stand on corners. You run everything from the shadows. Money flows through businesses. Dealers report through layers of soldiers. Hundreds of people follow your orders. To the outside world, you look like a successful businessman. The feds win. 30 years, no parole. But power follows you. Men listen. The empire keeps moving. You're 35 now, 21 years in the life. Across the gate in your zone, standing watching my water, hungry for it again. For the first time in your life, you have money, real money, $200 every week, more than anyone your age. You buy new shoes, you buy a chain, people start noticing you now, and power suddenly feels addictive. Territory means everything. Every street corner belongs to someone. Every dealer pays a tax. Your crew controls 3 blocks now. Anyone who wants to sell needs permission first. Without it, a store owner refuses protection payments. That's a mistake. You and 3 soldiers walk inside. No shouting, no long speech, just broken glass and shattered shelves. Next week, the money appears on time. Then one night, a rival gang member walks into your territory. That can't happen. You grab a weapon. Your crew moves fast. This neighborhood has rules, and outsiders learn them the hard way. Eventually, the police catch you. Assault charge, 18 months in county jail. Detectives keep asking questions, but you say nothing, not one word. Silence earns respect. When you come out, everything changes. You prove loyalty. You never snitched. Now the crew respects you. Your name carries weight. Promotion comes quietly. No ceremony, no applause, just responsibility. Now soldiers report to you. Money flows through your hands. Power grows, but so does the danger. The money gets bigger. $1,000, then $2,000, then more. You buy a car, you rent an apartment. Life looks successful. But every dollar comes with risk. But someone else is watching. Federal agents. Your name enters their database. Every move gets tracked. Every phone call recorded. You don't know it yet, because sleep becomes harder. You check every noise. Every car outside. Every stranger walking past. Power brings respect, but also enemies everywhere. Then one morning, everything collapses. Police kick the door open. Sirens, shouting, lights everywhere. Someone talked. Or maybe the feds were watching for months. Either way, your luck finally runs out. Handcuffs tighten around your wrists. Neighbors stare from their windows. You stay quiet. No shouting, no resisting. You already know the rules. Never talk. The detectives talk for hours. They offer deals. Money, protection, freedom. All you have to do is talk. But you sit there silently. You know what happens to snitches. The case isn't small. It's federal. Racketeering, drug trafficking, violence. The prosecutors stack charges one by one. Your lawyer barely speaks. Everyone already knows the outcome. 30 years, no parole. The gavel hits the desk. Just like that, your life outside ends. The courtroom empties. But your story isn't finished yet. The prison gates open slowly. Inside, a different world exists. A world with its own rules, its own hierarchy. And inside these walls, MS-13 still holds power. Within days, word spreads. Your name carries weight. Even here. Soon inmates start listening to you. Even prison has an economy. Phones, drugs, money, everything moves through hidden channels, and every transaction pays a tax. Your organization still runs the system.
Visitors carry messages. Orders leave the prison through whispers and coded words. What happens on the streets still follows your command.
Years start passing, one after another. Friends disappear, some die, some vanish into life sentences. But the gang keeps moving, and the cycle never stops. Years start passing, one after another. Friends disappear, some die, some vanish into life sentences. But the gang keeps moving, and the cycle never stops. Back in your old neighborhood, another kid stands on the same corner, 14 years old, watching the same men, dreaming the same dreams, and the story begins again. Years later, you stand in the same neighborhood again. The streets look smaller now, but the memories are bigger. Every corner reminds you of something. Every building hides a story. You remember everything. The first corner you stood on, the first beating, the first time someone called you family. Back then, you thought this life meant power. Most of the people you grew up with are gone now. Some dead, some locked away forever. Others vanished somewhere along the road. The life promised loyalty, but time proves otherwise. Power felt exciting when you were young. Respect felt important. Fear felt like strength. But now, you finally understand the cost. Then you see him. A kid standing exactly where you once stood, watching the older guys, curious, hungry for respect. For a moment, it feels like looking into the past, because that kid was once you. Same street, same dreams, same mistakes waiting to happen. The gang doesn't disappear. New members replace the old ones. The streets keep moving, and the cycle keeps turning. The truth is simple. This life only promises 3 endings: prison, death, or regret. Some people chase power, others chase respect, but the streets always collect their price, and when the dust settles, very few people escape the consequences. Somewhere tonight, another 14-year-old is standing on a corner, watching the same kind of men, thinking the same thoughts, and the cycle begins again. The streets never truly sleep. Even late at night, someone is always watching, someone is always waiting. Every neighborhood hides stories. Some end in power, most end in tragedy. Young kids watch everything: the cars, the money, the respect people show on the street. To them, it looks like success, but they never see the other side. Behind every reputation, there's a price. Broken families, lost years, and mistakes that never disappear. Time moves faster than people expect. Years pass quietly. Decisions made in seconds follow you for decades. On the surface, street power looks impressive. People move out of your way. Your name carries fear. But power on the streets is temporary. Respect built on fear never lasts forever. For many people in this life, the ending is predictable. Courtrooms, prison cells, and years that can never be returned. When the noise disappears, people finally think about their choices. And sometimes the regret arrives too late. Somewhere right now, another kid is watching the corner, curious, impressed, thinking this life leads to respect. But the truth is simple. The street never gives anything for free. Eventually, the law catches up. Investigations begin quietly. Files start building. Names get recorded. Late at night, the streets become quiet. No traffic, no noise, just memories. You remember every decision that brought you here. Some felt powerful at the time. Others you wish you could take back. Young kids see the cars first. The chains, the confidence. It looks like success. It looks like freedom. But they don't see the police files or the prison bars waiting ahead. The streets teach lessons quickly, sometimes violently, sometimes permanently. But once you step into that world, walking away becomes harder every day. Symbols matter in this life. Colors, signs, graffiti on walls. They represent loyalty and territory. Respect on the street feels powerful. People move aside. No one questions you. But that respect often comes from fear, not admiration. While you walk through the city, someone else is watching. Police investigators, federal agents, databases quietly recording everything. Over time, the evidence builds. Witness reports, surveillance footage, phone records. Piece by piece, the case grows stronger. For many people in this life, the ending looks the same. A courtroom, a long sentence, and years disappearing behind bars. Years begin passing quickly. Days become months. Months become decades. Time keeps moving, even when life stands still. Eventually, everyone looks back at their choices. Some are proud of their path, others carry regret, but the streets never forget, and the consequences never disappear. Morning comes quietly, the city wakes up slowly, cars return to the streets, people rush to work. But some corners never change. They remember every story. Every neighborhood has legends, names written on walls, stories told on corners. Some are remembered with respect, others with regret. A new generation always appears. Younger kids watching carefully, learning everything from a distance. For them, it starts the same way it started for you, standing quietly on the corner, watching, waiting.
The cars look expensive. The confidence looks powerful. The lifestyle looks exciting.
From the outside, it seems like the fastest way to respect.
But what they don't see are the consequences waiting later. Police investigations, courtrooms, prison sentences, and lives permanently changed. Law enforcement builds cases slowly. Peace, peace. Phone records, witness statements, surveillance footage. Eventually, the system catches up. Doors get kicked open. Arrests happen quickly. Some receive long prison sentences. You are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment. Others disappear into the system forever. And suddenly, the powerful life they imagined is gone. And somewhere else in the city, another kid is standing on a corner tonight, watching the same kind of men, thinking the same thoughts, dreaming the same dreams. And the cycle begins again. Cities look peaceful from a distance, lights everywhere, cars moving quietly. But every city hides stories beneath the surface, stories about power, choices, and consequences. From the outside, street power looks impressive. People step aside. Nobody challenges you. But respect built on fear rarely lasts forever. Across the street, another kid watches everything. He studies how they move, how people react to them. And slowly, the idea begins forming in his mind. It always begins with small steps, standing closer to the corner, running small errands, trying to be noticed, trying to belong somewhere. It always begins with small steps, standing closer to the corner, running small errands, trying to be noticed, trying to belong somewhere. The scene feels familiar, because you once stood there too. Same street, same curiosity, same dangerous road ahead. The streets never truly change. Old members disappear, new ones take their place, and the cycle quietly continues. Looking back, some choices feel different now. Moments that once felt powerful now carry heavy consequences. Life eventually teaches everyone something. Sometimes the lesson arrives too late, but the truth always becomes clear in the end. Somewhere tonight, another kid stands on a corner, watching men he thinks are powerful, watching a life he thinks is exciting. But the truth behind that life is far darker. Every story eventually reaches an ending. But the streets keep writing new ones. Different names, different faces. Same cycle repeating again and again.